I could, we have compliance.
Yay! Awesome. And you're good with that too, Barbara?
With what?
If we record it, it's just for us. Okay, great. Thank you. So welcome, ladies. We are excited to be here. We may have a few more people join us. I had a few ladies that said, I'd love to be here. And it's just a matter of them pushing things to the side in their calendar. So I just wanted to say, I am excited to have you here. This is part of a larger program called Nurture Radiance. Yay! And Erica and I have been swirling around each other for a couple years. And so part of Nurture Radiance, I'll just share with you like a little bit of the genesis of all this, is I began to realize that success wasn't, what we get to define what success is, number one. And then it's a matter of actually pausing long enough to ask ourselves, what do we really want? So in success, let's call it whatever you want, whether it's deepening your relationships, your connection with God, with source, with having business success, prosperity, in a variety of ways, making an impact. You get to decide. First, it's getting clear on what it is that we want to create. Second, it's removing the blocks. And third, it's actually taking consistent, inspired action. And so that ability for us to really connect to what's inside of us, right? And so I began to realize when I'm bringing in speakers for Nurture Radiance, it's about connecting to our juicy aliveness. So that's why we're here today. Come on over here. So I invited Barbara and join me here too, so we can be dancing together. So even this program, I have to say, was the genesis. I had been wanting to bring women into a sense of community for a number of years, but I didn't know how to put with the technology. So I had to get over myself, which is some of the technology blocks that I have. Today is a great example of that. Normally I can do Zoom pretty good on my computer, but my telephone. And also having that consistent inspiration to work with women to begin to really connect to inspiration, ideas, consistency. I mean, that's why we get together as women, right? Barbara and I hung out over the weekend along with Tikva, and receiving love and light, and basically sending love and light. So we're here today so that we can begin to connect to ourselves, to each other, get the support that we need so that we can rock this week. And so for this moment, I'd like you to ask yourself, maybe even close your eyes or have a soft focus, and begin to ask yourself, what is my intention for our practice together? Over the next 45 minutes, over the next 50 minutes, maybe it's a deeper level of connection with yourself, or maybe it's connection with other people. Maybe it's to break free of patterns that have kept you feeling less than fully expressed. You decide. Taking a deep breath down into your pelvic bowl. And let's even, if you'd like, you can begin to even share. So if you would be willing to open up your eyes and come back to the group. And I think I'll just start, and you don't have to participate, but my intention, short shares, my intention is to be more flowing in my week. So rather than have, just more fluid in my body, so I can be more flowing in my week. Would you like?
Yes, sure. Well, I would like to unwind.
Ooh, I like that.
And so I can flow. So I can also be fluid this week.
And since you can see the screen, Erica, maybe you can see if somebody's like raising their hand, or do you have an intention for this week as well? Or for this practice, excuse me.
Yeah, I have an intention. I have an intention for this time that we're together to have some fun and to share something that you might not have done before with this lovely group. And I'm giving a bunch of talks this week, so to keep playing all through the week and shine my light. That's my intention. What about you, Raina? Do you want to share?
Beautiful.
My
intention is to continue clearing like I did this morning, cleared out my pantry, cleared out my refrigerator and all sorts of other cubbies in my kitchen. And then I'm gonna get upstairs and clear out my closet of a lot of old things that I don't wear anymore and that just don't fit for me
I'll
one
play
way or another.
accountability
So
with you on that, Raina. Let's do it
okay.
together with some groovy tunes.
Yeah, put the tunes on, make it
Let's put the
fun.
tunes on.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, but I think she's even saying that she'd be willing to do it with. Like, great to be able to have friends
Yeah.
say
Oh, I hear that. Okay.
for their
I
Yeah,
next.
hear you.
Raina, let's do it. And then we can catch up while we declutter.
Declutter.
We know each other. We know each other. Um, Tikva, do you want to share or Gail? Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I just came out of curiosity, and sounds like we're setting an intention for the week and also the practice this morning, just to like get in my body and connect to what really I was chatting with Carrie over the weekend about, like connecting more to what lights me up, which, uh, but not just that, but also like, anyways, my path ahead basically, which can be challenging. So I've done like dozens of different things in my life, so it's just always challenging to know, like things like that, but to get more connected to like the skills that I connect with to use. And yeah, just curious for what this is.
Right on. Right
Yeah.
on. Okay,
Beautiful.
good.
Thank you.
Back to you, Carrie. Unless Gail, if you can come off mute, tell us if you're able to share. I know you're getting your daughter ready for school. Maybe Gail will let us know when she can come share with us. Maybe not now at the end. So back to you.
Beautiful. So thank you. I just want to say thank you, ladies, for being willing to share that. I found that that's been really important for me to set clear intentions. Like this morning, even when I was doing my morning practice, I was like, may I be love and light in the world. And so whatever our intention is for this moment, I just honor the fact that we'll check in at the end and then we'll talk about like, how was that for you? And really what were, what are the next steps that you want to take? So it's actually a fluid movement into what's next too, because I like to say, I don't want people just to drop in and have maybe mental masturbation. I want them to actually be able to take it forward into their, into their life. I know that kind of sounds like a crazy term. I haven't found a better way to say it. So before we do that though, I'd like for the everybody to hear a little bit more about like how did you come to be doing this work, Erica?
How did I come to be doing this work? Okay, cool. And I would love for us to get right into it because we just have this hour, right?
Okay.
But I'll tell you really quickly. So I am a psychotherapist, MFT here in California, just like Reina. And I am a 26 years as a New York State licensed massage therapist and holistic approaches to wellness person since college, which is back in Vermont. And so I had the opportunity over that time since like 1989, 90 to really take what I needed for myself as a person who had physical injuries since teenage years and to keep going with how do I heal my body. So it's like a since birth kind of thing. We could go back to birth or we could go back to teenage years, we could go back to college. And this idea of giving myself permission to figure it out. Western medicine did what it could do with me, and then all the other alternative practices that I came across. So, woo, that's a lot of time just right in there. And then in the discovery of this kind of body-centered psychotherapy that I practice called Hakomi, one of my teachers who loves to focus on trauma, she shared this movement protocol that really touched my heart. And it is called, I call it intrinsic movement for bliss and creativity. Now, I love that you guys are standing up and ready to dance, and we could do that, but we all know how to dance, right? We all know how to dance, right? So like I want to if it's okay with you, you might want to you could angle your camera down and sit on the floor with me and we'll just start our movement this morning if that's okay. Just literally letting your body find the wave within itself. And if you don't feel like sitting, you don't have to. You can start with one arm. Okay, so while I'm talking, I want to give you permission to, you know, play with me right now as I'm blah blah blahing. Like Carrie said, she didn't want to just do mental, but it really has been a part of my healing processes. And the person who originally created this, her body fell apart, and she was a Afro-Cuban dancer, and then something
My
just
goodness.
fell apart within inside herself, and she couldn't do it anymore. And she had to, yeah, so even slower than you think you can go is this kind of dance. So that's why I was saying you might want to have a seat just for a second to just, but you don't have to. So just take one arm or take one thing that you want to move and see how slow can you go. And let the movement be like a paramecium or an amoeba. Yeah, like even those movements that you do all the time of like moving the head one way or the other, you could just like even slower than watching paint dry, just let the movement happen. And I oftentimes will do this on the floor, like first and foremost, just dropping to the floor. So I'm happy to demo a little. But you guys, we all have the capacity to be this slow because we are connected to all living beings on the planet. Like our bodies are just, mirroring worms or paramecium or amoebas or whatever animal that comes to mind as you're doing this movement. When I first saw this demonstrated back when I was in my first year of grad school, this guy took off his shirt and demonstrated, and he looked like some kind of rabid beast. And he, at some point, he had a very nice body, by the way, and he jumped up in the air and snarled, and 100 people were like, "Oh!" It was so cool, like how he got into that embodiment. So I'm also going to share with you this playlist that we use to play with this music. And I was thinking that on your end, you can play it because our computers are all different, and you might like the sound really low or you might like it loud. So just in this idea of helping everybody, and then you can use this music anytime you want. It's for everybody. Thank goodness for Spotify, right? So let me find this link for you all. Yeah, but just right here as you're moving, just notice, and I'm going to give you a couple of hacks also just right here and now. So let me do everything I'm doing here. So chat with you guys, you gals, and then everyone, and then let me find the way to share it. No. And if you do play this music, I recommend start with like the third song in, okay? So let's see if I can figure out how to give it to you. Let's see. I'm finding it. And it's going to take a little bit of technical stuff for me to get this over to you. So hold on a second. Let's see if this will let me share here. No. Let's see. Okay.
And just to be clear, you're also going to be playing music from your device, right, Erica?
I can. There is a way to do that. There is a way, I believe. Hold on, please. So copy playlist. Okay, so here's the playlist. And because there's so few of us on here, I can do it and it might be cool. But the point is I want to guide us while we're doing the movement. So again, everybody has different kind of, if it gets too annoying, just tell me and we'll stop it and you'll do it on your end. So that is the playlist. You have it, save the chat. I'll tell you how to save the chat. And this is from my teacher who taught this in a Hakomi training a long, long time ago. And over the years, she's added to it. So there's like, crazy amounts of songs on there. It's an endless hours and hours of music it's more ambient music, right? And I hear an echo. Let's see.
Sorry.
Let's see. Is somebody?
Sorry about that.
Oh,
I
that's
was
okay.
trying to get it. I was trying to get the playlist otherwise, but I'm just
You
going to
got it. You
rely
got
on
it.
you.
Okay.
for-
So first and foremost, before we get into doing it all together, you can do this movement with the S sound. The S sound. So while you're doing this movement, it helps to send you further into your own experience. So even though we're doing this together and we're in community, and I wish we could be in person doing this because it's really cool to feel the energy of everybody. But with this sound, this S sound, it sends you into your experience. Okay, so here's how you do it. Just kind of make this gentle S sound. You inhale naturally, and then on the exhale, you say,
Hey, Erica, I think you need to change your audio settings because it got cut out. Do you know how to do that?
I'm not sharing the music yet, so you can hear me saying the S sound.
No, that's what I'm
No.
saying. You have
Interesting.
to you have to change your audio settings to like the musician one, so all
Okay.
sounds get in.
Okay, let me do that
Why
right now.
Zoom's default
Audio.
is to cut you off.
No, no, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know, even though you can't hear me saying the S, you can imagine I'm saying this S sound. It's a long S sound. And so let's see. I'm gonna change my audio.
Totally. But it'll also it'll make or break difference with the playing of the music.
Right, right, right. That's why I know there's a technical thing to deal with. So I'm on the
Settings,
advanced settings
audio,
of audio, and then what do you recommend? I put original sound for musicians.
correct.
Cool.
Um,
Okay. Let's see if I did it. Original sound for musicians. And you guys chatting, can I just mute you for a second while you're chatting? There we go. Uh, okay. So is this when I make an S sound? Is
Yeah.
that better? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And then you can unmute yourself, Carrie. Okay, so one sound you can make while doing this. Here comes my friend who's my plumber. Hold on a second. Um, okay. So the S sound. So this is a sound, and just pause for applause while my plumber is doing something. Oh, he's getting his shoes. Great. Okay. On the exhale, you inhale, and on the exhale, you make that gentle sound while you're doing this movement. So I'm going to show you this thing. And you know, it's so cool. Carrie created this opportunity for me to share with you, and she put all these different graphics on, and we had some dialogue about it for joy, for creativity, for bliss, for dance it out, and all of it is beautiful. I mean, when you're in a room with 40 therapists doing this together, half will be on the outside witnessing and half will be on the inside like little turds on the floor moving their bodies in different way, turds or blobs or whatever. So I'm going to demo a little. It's so cool that we have this intimate group. And just if you have anything to say, you can come off of mute or you can just share. But if we can, just to keep it to that sound. And I'll mute, if it's okay, Carrie and Barbara, I'm going to mute you. So it just, we have less, you can make your sounds without worrying about it. Okay. And that's why I will also play that. See, that's why I don't want to play that music because it's just like you can't hear me if I'm playing that music and talking. So you guys play the music on your end. I recommend the third song in.
You will be able to do that. I mean, it still might be better for us to play the music independently, but now that you have musicians or the audio settings for musicians, everything should go through.
It should go through. Okay, so I'll do it. Guess what? I'm gonna do it, and I'm changing the game. But then if I have something to say, I'll be making it a little lower the sound. So here we go. Here's this. Can you hear that, everybody? Can you hear that a little bit? Okay,
Not
I'll turn it up. So let's play with this idea of movement here. Play with that S sound. Can you hear it now? No. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we just played independently. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, how about now?
Can you just pump it all the way up to see what
It's all the
happens?
way up. It's all the way up. So I'm going to have you guys play it on your end, and I'm going to turn my sound off so I don't drive myself crazy. Okay. And then I'm going to turn off my audio setting for that advanced thing. See, this is like more advanced stuff than it's like, okay, so you guys, we're going to get the technical stuff handled so you play with it on your end. So how do I turn it off? Look for Zoom background noise removal. Hmm? Personalizer. Let's see if that helps. How's that? Can you all play your own music now? Yeah. Do you see the link, Raina?
Yeah, and you said to start with the third song, was it?
Yeah, grounded because it's less words, and put it on low so you can still hear me.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody rolling with it. And so for Carrie and Barbara, you can literally start your movement up here, or you can join me on the floor and do this from the puddle here. Okay. Thank you, Tikva, for all your support with this. So
No worries.
the S sound can happen anytime. So you're doing this thing and you inhale normally, and then you go. And the point of this is to listen to your body and go, oh, where does there feel like this impulse? And I see you guys are a little frozen, so I hope you're okay. Let me help by turning your video off for a second, Carrie, because you got stuck. So when it's like less weird, come back on, okay? Okay, so Raina, you with me? we're dropping like flies. So like
I
feel.
can't hear any music though.
No,
That
you're
might,
gonna play the music on your end if you want the music, or you don't need music. You could just have the music of your own body making that sound. Okay. So I recommend less tech right now and just play with this because we have whatever time we have here. And when people can come back on, let's see if I can help. Gallery, show none. Okay. It has to start video. Tikva might have been called away, but anyway, you can come back on video. So this idea of allowing your body to do what it wants to do and find the next pleasurable thing, the next pleasurable impulse. And I mean, this is so much like what we're all striving for in our lives. It's like, where is pleasure? And what do I get to slough off? And what do I get to? So all of it is, it's all metaphor. But if you give yourself to permission to play with this, there's so much joy in this exploration. So come join me. And you can be anywhere you are in doing it. And you can join me, Raina, in making the S sound, or I can mute you. So if you feel a little whatever works. So and as you're doing this, like it's like allowing for tight places to release, allowing for tension to slide on out, the back of you, the bottom of you, the sides of you. Another sound that we can play with, I'm giving you a sort of a crash course, right? Another sound we can play with is the who breath sound. So some of you who might be yoga people, you can let the air come through the back of your vocal cords, so to speak. So it sounds like Darth Vader having like a little air release on a bad day, right? So Darth Vader, it sounds like a little bit like you put your lips gently together and you make this very tiny sound that's like, I know you probably can't even hear what I just did, but it is like allowing the air to pass through the back of your vocal cords very gently, like people call it ujjayi breathing, but even lighter, even less. Okay. So, how are you guys doing? Did you want to say something? No, you're still with me. You're still with me. Okay. So, listening to the body as you do this, you have your music on softly, or some people not with any music, and just let your body be taken. Feel where, like for my usual tension spots, I'm always relaxing my jaw. So you'll see me drop my jaw and just let it hang. And if I'm lying on the floor, I'm like relaxing my sacrum, I'm relaxing my jaw, and I'm following the threads of what needs to happen from my jaw, my sacrum, and finding this wave in my body that wants to ripple through like a wave. Okay. So you could be very still and yet there's very subtle movements, or you could be like much more bigger. You can make those S sounds. You could make those Ujjayi breathing sounds. You can, you could really explore. It could be anything that works for you. And as you do this, it's like you're giving yourself this internal massage. Like all the bones are going, oh, thank you. And all the muscles are saying, oh, more of this. Oh, and it's not yoga. It's not your usual dance moves, right? It's not your free dance, right? Thank you, Barbara. I love what you're doing. And just everything is perfect what you're doing. Everything is just gorgeous. And imagine how you're helping your body release and find pleasure. Nothing is, if anything is painful, just stop and breathe and stop and go with where there might be space. Now, if you have the music on, I'm probably talking way too fast, so I apologize. And if you don't have the music on, then you're listening to the sound of my voice, but you could also make me quieter and let your sounds be louder. So your S sound, your who sound, the Ujjayi breathing kind of sound, but gentler. And just have fun. Have fun with this and enjoy giving yourself permission to be your animal self. Like we're taking off like I love what Carrie said with the mental masturbation, yappy, 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 blah, blah, blah. We're giving ourselves permission to take the usual human brain, hi, how are you? And we're going into more animal places. Yeah. So feel the body saying yes and be curious for how you can explore further. It doesn't have to look a certain way, it doesn't have to be ballet pretty. In fact, ugh, let that go. And just let yourself find these interesting shapes. Sometimes you could just have your eyes like closed or soft focused. You can copy anything you see that other people are doing that you like and go, oh, that's interesting. And make sure to have moments of stillness. Um, Make sure to flutter your lips and moan and groan if that feels good to you. Ah. You're giving yourself the best massage ever with the slowest movements, bigger movements, and even bigger movements. Woo. Yeah, slower than you think you can go, bigger than you thought you could ever go, whatever feels really right. Listening. Ah. Ah. It's like letting yourself be that growl or that moan, and that release comes with the waves coming through your body. Beautiful. maybe you have some discoveries and then you just keep going with that. Just playing with the release and the joy and the bliss that's coming. Maybe there's something that's really early that you're coming to here. It's like, oh, this is what it must have been like in the womb, even, or this is what it must have been like at this point in my childhood. Just, it's okay. Let that come. I would love to have us keep moving and, come off of mute and pause your music to just share what you're noticing and let me know if you have any discoveries that you want to share. And I can, yeah, so anybody want to unmute? You can if you like. And we could keep going with this. We have more time, I think, but I just want to hear what you're noticing and any questions. Yes, Raina.
There are a lot of pleasurable movements and areas to explore and connect with in my body.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels great.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, feels really good.
You know, thank you. I'm so glad that you're enjoying this. I know we could do this for hours. There are people who do
Hours.
this for days at a time. They're called deep dives. And
Mm,
there's a lot of water in this experience, right? So we're
mm.
78% water, and then it's like tapping in. That's okay. That's fine. Tikva, do what you can do. Thank you for participating how you did, how you are. So we are 78% water. The earth is 78% water, right? So letting ourselves be in water. I mean, I'm a swimmer. I'm swimming like 5, 6 days a week. And this morning I didn't swim because I was like, I don't want to be late for this. So, but I am a dolphin, right? I have identified as dolphin. But this is like permission for everybody to get into their water selves. I'm glad you're laughing. So, I'm permission to get into your water selves for your own grounding, healing, our own capacities to heal ourselves, right? To heal our bodies. It's much more affordable when we do it ourselves, right? So, you know, with my therapy clients, we sometimes hit the ground and we will do this before we get into yappy yappy, talky talky. And they appreciate that grounding and that download. We call it the download, like literally letting your body give over to the floor and the grounding that it is and the healing that it is. So I know you know, Raina. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm happy to pause the recording if you would rather share without on recording. But yeah, Carrie and Barbara, tell us something.
Okay. Um, it's so pleasurable moving so slow. And it's like I'm just moving. I feel like I'm not controlling my movements. And it seems, it's just, we move so quickly. And this is such a new dimensional experience. I find it really very central. Yeah.
Yes.
And it brings, I can just feel the joy bubbling up.
Yes, yes. And Barbara, take a couple of steps to one direction because you've been out of the camera.
This one. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
okay. Here.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I so appreciate your share. I have like gentle tears popping out of my eyeballs to hear what you just said. It's like delicious to hear you
Yeah.
feel in the sensualness. And you see how your
Yes.
body just wants to keep moving. There's like this wave that's coming. We're all like,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
baby.
the feeling is really is loveliness. It feels lovely.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? So one more thing before Carrie, I want you to share is people who have had paralysis have done this and they are able to get functioning better and better and in their lives. Like the wave of energy is there for us all. So, Carrie, what do you want to say?
I'm just aware of the fact that maybe it's just allowing myself, giving myself permission to explore and not have a prescribed way of moving. And I can see how that could be helpful as I move through my day and move through my week. It's like using, this is what I teach, but this is what I learned, right? Is is how to tap into that inner knowing that it's like an impulse, an inner impulse, and allowing it to speak to me as I move and have that sense of fluidity and openness and curiosity, I guess.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so glad. You know, there's so much discovery in this, and it really is outside of the usual boxes. So that's the gift that this is. And in serving your peeps, in serving all that we do, it's like space, more space, more space, more space. Yeah. Um, yes. So that
I
using this
just the floor is red. I'll just go over here.
Okay.
using the sound, oh, it's okay, you don't have to get off camera, or we're all doing this. um the the sounds that you're making, that playing with the s sound or playing with the kind of ujjayi breathing sound, um that sends you further into your experience. So I love those tools, and you don't have to use them, but they're just nice. It's like Kundalini, letting yourself have the Kundalini energy come and play with you. If you know what Kundalini energy is, I think of it as the snake that's coming up through the bottom of your coccyx bone and circling all the way up and down your body. Yeah. So, you know, in this time that we have left before Carrie closes us out, um, I want us to just really go for it for a few more minutes. And you can, if you've tried one thing one way, try another way of movement and just keep following that pleasure, following the bliss, bringing in your breath all the way through. I could put on something that's more dancey music right now, but I used to dance with Dr. Beth like every morning at 8 in the morning, and she'd put on like her tunes. I got this feeling inside my bones, like all that, like the top 40 stuff. And we just do what we did. And I love that you're playing with this and that you're giving yourself permission to have something different happen here. And we could always do that, right? So, so and then you can also really in this experience have these beautiful meditations. So at some point, you can bring yourself to stillness and be supported if you want to sit or lie down. Just let yourself go back into a little mindful meditation and just feel your body after all that movement, listening to the stillness too. So just see where you want to go. I'm going to be quiet for the next couple of minutes. I think I want to show you guys a little clip of some of the people who created this movement. And I'm going to find that for us right now so you can see how amazing this practice can be. And it already seems like it's pretty amazing to you all. So let me just find this clip. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to share my screen if you all are okay with this. And here we go. So, not that this person is doing it expertly or anything, but I want you to see how interesting. Our bodies are like water, right? So, here we go. Look at that. Isn't that wild? This person looks like they're a fish. You see the ribs are articulating in this way. Isn't that wild? So that's kind of that's one look right here, and I'll forward it a little bit further so you can see a different viewpoint. Now watch this person. This is actually Emily, who that was the person who created this kind of music movement. But look at how it's as if she has gills on the side of her body there. And this is really subtle movement, right? It's really subtle. So you can get as big as you like, but then tapping into these movements that are so subtle. Permission, permission, more permission to be our animal selves, right? So I could say, I'll share this clip with you. But isn't that cool? It's like, whoa. Yeah, so isn't that wild? Yeah. So I would love for you all to share how you feel now. And is any way that we want to close out our time together. And Gail, if you're able to share, you're so welcome to in the chat or come off of mute. And Tikva, if you're here, I think she had to go. Do you want me to help you unmute, Miss Carrie? Or you, let's see, ask to unmute. There you go. There you go.
Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, I just want to say, wow, so cool to be able to start off this week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Barb had a vision for us. Do you want to share that?
The
The one about doing it to water.
Oh, yes. Well, we have this lovely place near us called Fall Creek, which is all these beautiful trees. And then we have the creek has little waterfalls. And sometimes what we do is we take my Tibetan bowl and we go and we and we sing to the water. And I was just thinking that how it wouldn't be neat to go to Fall Creek and just do this movement
Yeah.
to the sounds
Sign me up.
of the water.
Sign me up. Let's do it. And
Hey,
like I know Tracy Root would come, and up if you're down near Santa Cruz, and Reina would come. She's
Yeah.
Los Gatos.
yeah, she's just over the hill.
And Gail might come. We could get Gail to come down. So, I got to do movement on the cruise I was just on with our friend Katarina Rando. And, you know, uh, it's so cool how we have these bodies and we give ourselves as much permission to be free, especially in these times. The more blissing we experience, the better we're going to be to get through whatever the hell this is. You know? So,
Right. Yeah, we're just used to or moving our bodies, adding the type of movement with the body is just, wow, it's a whole nother experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what you do in the world, Barbara, but isn't it great that you can bring this in? You know, what is the
Yes.
you do in the world? Bring it in.
And in fact, that brings me to my next question, ladies. As we've experienced this and we close out the hour, because we've gifted ourselves this time to be fully expressed and tap into, and I guess an easier way of acknowledging our animal body
Right.
and spirit and mind. What is it that you want to take into your day and into your week so that you can cultivate this awareness that you've created this morning? So if anybody would like to share.
Yeah, I would.
And Raina, would you bring
Okay.
your camera down just a little bit so we can see more of you?
Oh, yeah.
Bring
Let's
your
see.
camera. There we go. Ah, yeah, we
Yeah,
got.
I may or may not want to
There
do
you go.
that. But
There you go. Got you.
anyway, my friend Michelle Newman spent this amazing time up in Shasta, and she wrote this like 10-page story about her experiences with the eagle and her Lemurian roots and all of that. And so I'm just feeling really reconnecting more into that energy right now to write a little testimonial about her chapter and what I got out of it. So I feel like I'm diving deeper into her words and her energy in that chapter, and that will really bring a new dimension to my words and how I'm sharing that with people, and hopefully that helps her market the book better. So
Yay.
So it sounds like a deeper level of reflection and also expression, huh?
yes,
In
yes,
service. I love that. Thank you, my dear.
Yay. Expression.
yay.
Well, I'm just
And I'm wondering if Tikva,
tingling.
okay, go for it.
I'm tingling with all the goodness that of what we shared. Tikva, are you able to share? Or I know you had some things going on. Oh, okay. Maybe can't. She shared that she has some other distractions going on, so she's not fully participating at the moment. Okay. Um, do you want to ask me a question, Carrie?
Yeah, so well, that goes for you too. Like, how are you going to be bringing this into your week? And I'd love to hear what Barbara has to say, and I'm willing to share too.
Okay, cool. I was just bringing it into my week, is bringing in this feeling of joy, freedom, clarity, permission. Those are the words that come to mind. And just playfulness. Like, I want to be connected with you people. Carrie, I can't wait to talk to you more. I had dreams about this moment, like this morning, early this morning. I had like some beautiful dream about what we were going to do in this time. And it became what it became. And it was so fun to get to come play with you and your community. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here today. I was also looking forward to it, and like this sense of anticipation and playfulness, and like, what are we going to experience, or what are we going to co-create as a group, that kind of experience. And I think what this does for me is it brings me back to my own center so that I can remember to honor my internal knowing, and then to be that expression of it and not even care what it looks like. It's like giving myself permission to do
Yeah.
things a little differently. So I just want to say thank you for being willing to guide us through this process today. And Barb, do you have anything to share? You might want to pop through just a little bit closer to me. There we go.
Well, I feel so much joy and loveliness, and I feel like I'm going to be moving in a different way, more, like this really brings me into the present moment. It brings me into the connection with myself. And it's just opening. It's gonna be very fun going through this week because I'm going to stay with this feeling, and wherever I am, if I'm moving too linearly, I'm going to stop and I'm going to do some very slow movements to get back to being in the state. I think it's going to open a new way of being for me.
Beautiful. Thank you
Wow.
so much for sharing. I'm so inspired by even what you just said. That sense of
It's like everybody's
noticing when we're
speaking,
doing something.
everybody's saying poetry that's coming out of their mouths. Yeah,
Mhm.
beautiful words.
And that's part of the reason I record this, not necessarily not even to play it back for other people, but it's like we capture moments of gold in this. And so I want to be able to just not have to think about writing it down, you know? So I just want to say for those of you who are in that place of wanting a deeper sense of nurturance, I call it nurture radiance, that here are opportunities, expansiveness to be able to connect to what I call nurture radiance, which is basically the way I see it is like allowing our inner self to be fully self-expressed and to nurture ourselves, to self-love first.
Yes.
Right? To come from that place of full self-expression. So just so you know, there's a couple wonderful things that I have coming up in the program. I have 2 opportunities a month for guest speakers to come in. One, that's how Erica came to this today. And next month, we're going to be doing, I'm going to just look at my schedule here. We have Sandy coming in on the 16th to do entangles.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
Zen.
So
Is this movement Zen tangles or drawings?
drawing.
Oh, I've been wanting to do
Drawings
that.
and tangles. So I gather people as I'm, in a variety of circles. And I said, Sandy, I want to learn how to do this. So it's a meditation. The way I get it, it's a moving meditation kind of writing process that allows you to deepen your sense of self-expression. And then I have somebody coming from Patagonia, Chile. Her name's Jessica Waters, and she's going to be helping us. Interestingly enough, Raina, now that you're clearing your clutter, she's actually talking about rooting out our clutter from the inside out. Because what she found is that when we're going through grief or trauma or any number of things that can get our mind feeling like a little bit disorganized or dysregulated, that when we begin to heal some of those pieces that are let's call it our surroundings, our physical areas can become less cluttered. So she's going to be talking about those principles. So for those of you who want to stay plugged in to ways that you can, those top 3 things, which is set powerful intentions, removing the blocks, feeling more self-expressed, and taking consistent, inspired action in your life, play with us. That's it. The group is called Nurture Radiance. I don't have the ability to put it in the chat right now. So I'm going to just send it out to all of you. And then if you can check it out and see if it speaks to you. Thank you, Erica. I love that. Yeah, it really is. It came as a result of asking myself, what is it I need in my own life? And I began to realize is that consistent, inspired action is more fulfilled when I'm in community, right? In community with other people and bringing in forms of inspiration that like I can only do so much, right? But bringing in new ideas, new inspiration is really like I've been so inspired this today by each one of you sharing your experience. And I just want to say I honor your path and I honor your presence. And thank you so much for being on here today.
Yes, it's so lovely meeting you, Erica. Raina, it's lovely seeing you again and being with you.
Thank you.
And
Tikva.
Tikva, wherever you are, I enjoy you so much and look forward to seeing you again, being with you.
Yes.